Hey there guys, welcome back to Texas Beer Reviews, and on this episode we will be looking at Community's Mosaic IPA. So Community just started distributing to Houston pretty much outside of Specs. You could get it at Specs downtown previous to this, just because they can grab from different beers across the state, but now you can actually get it in stores like HEB, things like that. So anyway, a little bit about their Mosaic IPA. It's 8.6% alcohol by volume, and it's 85 IBUs. Does list the original gravity too. And then it's got a description about the beer. It just talks about it using Mosaic hops. And let's see, they are out of Dallas, Texas. And this beer is available year-round. This is one of the new bottles that just came to Houston. I think I had a bottle date on here, but it looks like it rubbed off. But I think it was mid to late July, somewhere around there. So it's pretty fresh. But I have had this beer once before, but it's been a while. So it'd be nice to check it out again and see what I think about it now. So I guess I don't have my bottle opener. One sec. All right. So let's crack it open. Right, beer pours out a nice sort of a dark amber caramel, light brown color to it. Looks a little more orange in the video. It's a little bit more, I guess, brown looking here. It's got about a 1 finger white head. I didn't pour it too vigorously, but it's nice white head, nice and foamy. But it's a pretty good looking beer. They do mention that it does have a solid malt backbone to balance out the bitterness and the hops. So kind of expect to see that here in the aroma and taste. Let's check out the aroma. So it has this. It is kind of a nice balance. I get some of that kind of caramel malt in there. Let me stop. Open my bedroom door so my cat can get in. One sec. Sorry about that. It does have that nice kind of caramel malt backbone to it. And I do get some very earthy, grapefruit forward hops to it. Not really like not as much like a candy, I don't think. More of kind of like a fresh grapefruit, but it's very earthy. It's got a bit of dankness to it. A bit of that. It's actually very earthy. That's kind of one thing I'm really picking up on, is that it does have a very earthy nose to it, and that's kind of really sticking out a bit more than the grapefruit and even kind of the malt to me at this point. But with all that said, I guess let's check out the taste. Cheers. Taste is very similar, but I get more of the actually that grapefruit and the malt backbone. A little bit less earthiness there. It's decently sweet. Getting through the mid palate, does finish with some bitterness to it, but even for 85 IBUs, it's not too assertive. It does have that big malt character to balance out the bitterness there. That earthiness is still present. Kind of like a I don't want to say like a dirty herbaceousness, but it does have more of kind of that like topsoil, kind of, I guess, more greenery to it. I don't know as much, kind of less of a dankness, but more of that kind of earthy hop aroma and taste. I mean, but it does have the grapefruit. Comes out a little bit more candied here in the flavor. I think probably it also helps from that more caramel malt base. It kind of gives it that candied flavor to it as well. But it's pretty good. Mouthfeel wise, It's a bit medium. It's actually got a nice creaminess to it, maybe just a little light, kind of a light creaminess to it. But it's actually, I think it's got lower carb to it, so it kind of makes the body feel a little bit more full. It's not as low as the Trillium ones that I just reviewed, but I guess it's not super high carb, which is good for the style. Kind of gives it that more full body. But overall, I think it's a really solid beer if you want kind of that more caramel malt, grapefruit earthiness to it. I find it similar to some of the other local IPAs I've had, but very good, very well done for that style. Yeah, super solid caramel, candied grapefruit, earthy IPA. So if you haven't had it yet, if you're in Houston, or even if you're up there in Dallas or whatever, you haven't had this yet, I would definitely check it out if you're into those kind of IPAs. But with all that said, it's pretty much what I think about Community's Mosaic IPA. So looking forward to checking out some of the other beers now that we started seeing regular distribution here. But anyway, with that said, think global, drink local, and cheers.